Hello, welcome to Coach's Corner. My name is Braun. I'm the Associate Athletic Director at McDowell High School. I'm joined today with Gus Martin, a junior member of our hockey team, and Allison Braun, a senior member of our now girls basketball team, did play girls soccer. Before we get to their interview, some news out of the athletic office. We want to once again introduce our class of 2009 Trojan Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. We have Jim Corbett, who played football for McDowell, was a standout there, and then went on, eventually actually made it in the NFL, played for the Cincinnati Bengals. Lisa Fessler, who is a basketball standout here at McDowell and still in the top 3 in a lot of categories for McDowell. Coach Dave Long, longtime baseball coach, was a great guy and a great coach. He will be going in the Hall this year. Rob Wagner was a member of the basketball and track and field and went on to start at Nebraska. Cross-country coach Steve Racy was, again, a longtime coach. Kevin Flowers was a track and field star and is still in the area. Kara Schertzer was actually, I believe, our first individual state champion at McDowell. She was a member of the girls tennis team. And then Jim Mosier was a 3-sport star in football, basketball, baseball, and went on to star at Princeton. So let's get to our guest today. First, Gus Martin, again, junior member of our hockey club. Welcome to the show. Let's give the viewing audience just a little bit of background in your hockey career. When did you start playing hockey, and kind of what attracted you to play hockey?
Well, when I was 4 years old, my brother actually got me into it. He came home one day and said, "Ma, I feel like playing hockey." And she's a worrywart, so she checked out to see if there was a lot of hitting, worried about us getting hurt. So she checked into it, and when you play younger, they don't hit. So I started when I was 4 in a house league, which is just anyone in the area that wants to play signs up, and they scramble all the teams together and just make as many teams as they can. And then from there, they take the more experienced players from every team and put them on Select, which is like a traveling team where they play teams from Ohio, New York, and other teams from Pennsylvania. And then when I got into 7th grade, I started playing for McDowell and their freshman and JV team. And then recently in the sophomore year, started playing McDowell varsity hockey. So,
I mean, let's talk about hockey's not really not a real well-known sport, I guess, in high school in this area, because there's really not a lot of teams in this immediate area that have a hockey club. I believe there's only a few, right? What is there? Prep now is down to a JV level. We have our club. There's only a couple more.
Right.
Harbor Creek, I think, Fort LaBeouf, maybe Fairview.
Fairview, right.
So there's not a lot of teams. So you guys have to do a lot of travel to get your schedule and to fill your schedule. But it's really not a cheap date. I mean, for you guys, I believe you buy your own equipment.
Right.
I mean, what's a standard set of equipment cost for a player?
Well, nowadays they used to use old wooden sticks, but now they're using these nice graphite sticks, which go for about $150-200 a pop.
Now, are those like a wooden baseball bat where you could break them in one swing?
Oh yeah. I mean, I went through 3 sticks last week alone, so a couple $100 out the window. Then you got to pay. All that equipment's getting so much more advanced that they're just costing more and more. Skates can cost up to $400 or $500. You got your shin pads, pants, chest protector, elbow pads, and that's on top of the whole cost of actually being able to play. So.
And when you're talking about your equipment, you're not going to go cheap on your equipment, because it's what's protecting the body. So you don't want to just throw a $10 pair of shin guards on and then go take somebody's slap shot in the shin and expect it to protect you.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about your preparation in the off season. How do you guys, as a club, prepare? Do you play a lot of individual, like you said, house leagues or travel leagues, or what kind of preparation do you do for yourself in the off season?
For myself, I actually work out at American Fitness about 5 or 6 times a week, just lifting and doing cardio and getting my heart pumping to, try and make it in the off season. And then as a team, everybody does their own thing. Some guys go to different gyms. A lot of guys come to American Fitness with me, and during the summer we actually do off-ice training, plyometrics, running, sprinting, just basic stuff.
Are there any off-season teams like basketball? You have your AAU teams. Baseball, you have your American Legion teams. Is there any way for you guys to actually play competitive hockey in the off-season, or is that just pretty much let your body rest and work on improving your conditioning?
Well, our season is so long. I mean, we start in September, we go till about somewhere around April, so it's a really long season that way. But we have a summer ice where we'll practice, but mostly it's just pickup hockey, where we'll just have scrimmages with all the kids in McDowell hockey, and other kids can come and join that as well. That's with that and all the training. It's just we only have about a month off, so it's not really a big off season.
Okay, you talked about how long your season is, and the fact that it's not an official, I guess, McDowell sponsored sport because it's not a PIAA sport. You guys are allowed to play more games. I mean, what do you play? Probably about a 35-game schedule or more?
20 games in the PIHL league that we're in, and then we have probably 15 to 20 other out of the league games.
And talking about that, I mean, you guys are traveling. I see, put your schedule together on our website, and you have a lot of 8-15 games that are in Pittsburgh. So that means you're getting home pretty late. And with that, how do you guys maintain your grades? I mean, I know Coach White, I believe he's following school district policy when it comes to grades and things like that. So they check on grades. And how do you guys maintain your grades when you're always on the road and playing those late games?
Like you said, Coach White, he follows, if you don't pass, you don't play. So if, once you get your homework the night of, you got 2 nights to do it, obviously. So we try and have everybody do it the night you get it. That way, if you have a bus trip the next night, you're not up doing it at 11:30 at night or doing it at 12:30, 1 o'clock when you get home after the games. And sometimes we'll try and keep the noise down on the bus so we can actually do our homework. Everybody tries to get it done on the way there. And if you don't get it done, a lot of guys go to the front of the bus where the parents are, because it's a lot more quiet up there, and you can try and study that way if it helps.
Okay, let's talk about this year's team. What type of team do we have? Are you senior heavy, junior heavy? Do you have a good mix of kids? How's the leadership?
We have a good mixture of kids, but the majority is our seniors. So we're going to lose a lot of guys this year at the end of the season. But we also have a lot of juniors as well, and I think we only have 1 or 2 freshmen, but a few sophomores as well. So it's a good mixture, but the majority is heavy on the varsity. So once the season's over, we're going to lose quite a few guys.
When we watch McDowell play, what kind of style are we going to see? Are we going to see an aggressive attack the net? Is it going to be a dump and chase type style? Coach White, what is his philosophy when it comes to his style of play?
This is, like you mentioned, dump and chase. We'll dump it in. If you know what that is, you shoot the puck in their zone, and you try and get 2 guys on it. Try to get 1 guy, take the guy out with a body check cleanly, hopefully, and then hopefully that will get him off the puck, and the other guy swoops in and takes it, and then try and gain control in their zone.
Nice. Okay, last question. Team goals. What are you guys looking for this year's team? How far do you think you can go? How long will we be playing? And I'm sure Coach Wade has set some sort of goals for you guys as a team, and what are we looking at?
Right. I'd say our main goal as a team is to win the Penguin Cup, which is the state is split in between leagues. We're in the PIHL, which is on the western half of the state, and to make it to the Penguin Cup, we beat all the teams on this side of the state and win that. Our main goal right now is to actually just get out of our slump. We actually had 2 real good games in the last week, because after we lost our captain, Eric Fritz, to a knee injury for the majority of the season, we kind of fell into a slump. Guys weren't really participating in practice. We were all kind of down about it, and our leadership kind of fell apart. Nobody was really taking the initiative to start telling guys what to do. So right now we're just trying to pick it back up and get a win on the road tomorrow, and North Allegheny, I believe, we're playing, and just try and make it to the playoffs at this point.
Great. Well, good luck the rest of the season. I'm hoping to get out to a few of your games, and it's, like I said, we're not really an official school sport, but the school does support you guys, and we look forward to great things to come out of the hockey program.
Thank you.
Some upcoming events out of our boys teams. Actually, we have one. We're in between seasons right now, between our fall and winter season. So our big event coming up is our boys football playoff game. Will be this Saturday, November 22nd at Du Bois High School versus State College. That is going to be a great game. State College, I believe, is 12-0 right now. So it's going to be an exciting game to go watch and see. It'll be a 1 o'clock contest, so hopefully some people can make it down to Du Bois to support our guys and keep them going into the state playoffs. Now we get to our second guest, Allison Braun. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's give these guys a little bit. Now, you are a multiple sport athlete here at McDowell. You're an extremely bright student. So some of the things talk about your basketball career. You're wrapping up your soccer career. Ended with a tough defeat last week. But talk about your basketball right now. I mean, when did you start playing? How long have you been playing?
My next door neighbor actually made a basketball court in our backyards when I was younger, so I kind of started playing when I was like real young, just dribbling and shooting on the the little baby basket. But I actually didn't really play any organized basketball until like 4th grade, I want to say, and the MYA leagues, and then for Bell Valley, 5th grade league. So I didn't really start playing until then, but I was always messing around with basketballs and playing around with that. So, but as far as that, I kept playing middle school basketball, and then it got more serious as I joined Erie Saints club basketball team, and then I played that for 2 years, and then high school was a lot more of a full year season when I was out of soccer with summer workouts and stuff like that. And this past summer was my first year playing with the Erie Irish basketball team. So that was another club team that we went and traveled and played then.
So that kind of leads into my next question. Your off-season preparation. Basketball obviously is not a sport that you can pick up the first day of winter sports, get the ball, and start going down the court and have your skills be ready to go. Describe some of the things you do in the off-season. You talked about some of the travel ball. I mean, what kind of tournaments did you go to, and how does that really prepare you for your high school season?
In earlier years in high school, I didn't get to do that much off-season besides the normal meeting after school with McDowell basketball. I didn't play club at all during high school until this past summer. But this past summer when I did play Erie Irish, it was extremely beneficial to me because I realized that to get better, you just really need to keep playing and putting yourself in different game situations, because that really helps your experience and it helps you work out. And but just ball handling and just shooting around whenever you can. Coaches had us do a summer challenge this year, and I think it comprised of 2,500 push-ups and sit-ups and ball handling minutes, how many minutes you did each day, and made shots, and that really helped a lot. Girls were working on it every day, and it just really brought the team together because you knew that each person was working to get better for the season, and that each person was doing their part in trying to help the team get a lot better this year.
Okay, so we talked about your off-season preparation, and it obviously has paid off for you. For the viewing audience that does not know, Allison recently signed her Division I letter of intent to play Canisius College on a full scholarship. Congratulations on that. I guess, why Canisius? I mean, I'm sure you had a bunch of other offers and other schools looking at you. What was it about Canisius that really attracted you?
I did look at a lot of other schools, but Canisius, what really attracted me there was the people. And I realized that, wherever you go, I mean, people talk about what the campus is like and where you're located, but when it comes down to it, I think the experience really matters with who you're playing with, who you're around, and just the attitude there was really positive, and the chemistry was great when I went and hung out with the girls. They're all really good friends, and just the coaches, we fit. I realized that coaching staff is really important, and just the support system there was really, I could tell it was just really good, and just the intensity of the coaching staff, that's kind of fit my personality and just how I play. I realized that was the best fit for me.
You are definitely intense. Anybody that watches you play on the court, you're fun to watch. Again, the winter season, we talked about with Gus how long his schedule is and how long their season is. Basketball is really no different. You guys, we start, third Monday in November, and you go till mid to late February, hopefully mid-March with the state championship.
Right.
So it's pretty demanding. I mean, you're practicing all the time, 6 days a week. You're traveling with your schedule. And I mentioned how bright you are as a student and where you're at, class rank. Now, how do you maintain your high grades?
Like Gus said, the block scheduling does give you a bit of leniency in trying to complete the homework, when it's laid out on the bus, on the way there. But I think it helps because it keeps you on, you don't have that much free time. So you really do have to get things done when you can. You need to get a good night's sleep. And obviously, like in the past, obviously it's been a struggle sometimes, with trying to practice with your time management, but this year I really have learned from past years, to get it under control. Do work whenever you can during class. When teacher gives you, a couple minutes of your homework, really just get things done, because you want to be able to take care of your body and eat right and take care of your body that way, so you can practice hard, because practices are a lot longer in basketball. It is a very different season, than soccer season. practices are longer and the season is very long, and it's just a more demanding sport. That's what I've experienced. So you do just have to be really diligent about doing your work and getting it done.
And I can attest that it's not going to get any easier when you get in college when it comes to the time demands of being a college athlete. It's like you said, when you get the free time, you have to get your work done, right? Because the free time is such a so minimum when you get into athletics. Let's talk about this year's team. Here at McDowell, what type of team do we have this year? How are you guys? The makeup of the team. Are we senior heavy, junior heavy?
Seniors,
mixed?
Actually, yeah, it's actually pretty mixed. We only have 3 seniors this year, and it's Jenna Krause, me, and Lindsay Obracker. And we do have some very good underclassmen. Tryouts are actually today, so I'll see any freshmen coming up. But I know we have, some sophomores that are playing on varsity, played as freshmen, and juniors. It's actually very mixed, but we have a really positive attitude this year, and practices are very loud, and everyone's cheering for each other. So it's definitely a different atmosphere than previous years, but for the better. It's a really good change this year. We just have a good group of girls.
Okay, when we watch McDowell play this year, what are we going to see? Coach Mountain, what's his philosophy? Are you guys going to play aggressive man-to-man defense? You're going to pack it in the zone? Is he going to let you guys run and gun up and down the court? What's he kind of been letting you guys on to so far?
Okay, well,
Or does it depend on who you're playing, maybe?
Yeah, I think our strategy will depend. We definitely want to run and gun whenever we can and get up the floor. We do. We're conditioning hard. I mean, we want to be faster than our opponents and be able to do it that way. But also, we're going to have to practice on other aspects of the game, where we do have plays and continuous plays and but I think it will matter on the opponent, and I don't know, we'll see.
Speaking of opponents, who are some of our big opponents this year? They're going to be in our way to getting the District 10 title again and moving on in the state tournament. I
think, well, we have been successful within our, Triple A, Region 6, and East and Strong Vincent and Central have always been opponents, in our who we need to really focus on. But I think that we're, as far as good competition, whenever we play any teams from Pittsburgh or out of town, we really focus on that, because it's kind of our chance to get really good competition so we can practice for postseason play. But East, Strong Vincent, and Central are who we really need to focus on for the D10 championship. And but we do like to have those backyard brawls, as Coach Mountain calls it, with Mercyhurst and Villa. And I'm not sure. I don't think we play Villa this year, but
no, we do have Mercyhurst coming in our gym this year, which will be an exciting time.
Yeah, that should be great.
Last question, and talked about Coach Mountain and the District 10 championship. What are some of the goals the team have this year? I'm sure the D10 championship is one, and then how far do you really see this team being able to go?
Because our team is so much closer this year, I feel like we will be able to go farther than previous years, because our chemistry is good and we're willing to work for each other. But D10 championship is always a goal, and as Coach Mountain says, usually we have 3 goals. Region 6 champions, we always try to get that. First in the region, D10, and then just as far as you can in state playoffs to make the state tournament. It's a lot harder for basketball. It seems they have been adding so many little play-in games, so it does kind of make it seem difficult to get farther and farther, towards the state championship. But it's always a goal, a dream that we work for, every day in practice.
Nice, thank you. Some upcoming events, actually we don't have any for the girls, but I would like to congratulate Stephanie Stoykovi, a McDowell student who actually earned a full scholarship to George Washington University for gymnastics. Now again, McDowell doesn't have gymnastics, but we were proud of her as a student, and she was able to earn that scholarship out of her gymnastics gym, and it's exciting news for her and her family that she's going to have a full scholarship to George Washington. Now we actually have a new segment for Coach's Corner. We are looking at introducing an email question database where viewers can email their questions or concerns for the athletic office that we can answer here on the show. And that email address is on your screen right now at mcdcoachescorner@hotmail.com. Again, feel free to fire emails into that, and we will answer the emails as many as we can on the show. We actually have a first question here from Joe A. in Mill Creek. He wants to know how the ticket situation for the Prep McDowell basketball game will be. That game again will be January 24th. here at McDowell's gym, and we're expecting just an absolute electric atmosphere that night. Our gym holds anywhere around 1,600 people. I'm sure we're going to have at least 2,500 to 3,000 ticket requests for that night. So some preliminary information we're talking about here in the athletic office is we're going to base this on a lottery system. Of course, the guys on the team are all going to get the tickets they need for their family. Obviously, we don't want to keep their families away from that night. And then we will allot so many for Mill Creek staff, and then the rest will be in a lottery system where people have to come in, fill out a little entry card, and then we're just going to have to pull names out because obviously we cannot get everyone in that night. But one thing we will be doing that night is in our South gym, we're going to be hosting a tailgate party, so to speak, where we'll have hot dogs and popcorn and soda and things like that. And we'll have 2 large screens set up where they can watch the game live there, because I do not believe that game will be on live Channel 8 TV that night like most of our games are. It will be run on a tape delay basis. So we want to get people in the gym. We want to get people in that tailgate party, which is just going to be an awesome atmosphere. So just to wrap things up, Coach's Corner, again, can be viewed online at www.mtsd.org/mtsdtv. And then click on the Coach's Corner link. So if you have friends or family that are across the nation or worldwide somewhere, they can go to that link and watch the Coach's Corner show. You guys can talk to your friends and family that are out of town and do not get the Mill Creek channel. They can get online and watch your interview here. For more information out of the athletic office, please call 835-5428. We'd be happy to answer any questions we have for you. Appreciate you all watching the show here. Thank you to Mr. Strobel and everybody here on the staff. Appreciate you watching, and as always, go Trojans.